Suma's POV. Okay, I'll try, he said. I could see him from my perch and watched as he was surrounded by a dark blue cloud of his mana. Then it rushed into him, disappearing from view. Oh wow, he exclaimed. He started swimming again, much faster than before, twice as fast, maybe even 3 times. I couldn't help but be slightly jealous. It took me a month to learn that spell properly, and he did it in a mere moment. This is amazing, he yelled out excitedly. You're going much faster now than before, Jake, I said. I was about to congratulate him for learning the spell so quickly, but a slithering black mass on the shoreline caught my eye. Jake, that black serpent is at the shoreline. Oh, heck no, Jake yelled frantic. Don't worry, that type of familiar can't swim, so it will have to go around the lake, but you still need to hurry. It is a rather swift creature, I explained, and watched it quickly make its way around the shore. How long do I have? Jake asked. I turned back to him. He seemed to be swimming faster than before. Not long. Don't slow down, I told him seriously. Jake was halfway to the island and was closing in rapidly, but the serpent, despite having only just arrived, was already a quarter or a fifth of the way around the lake. Jake's POV. I swam as fast as I could. It felt at some points like I was only skimming along the water's surface, but it wasn't fast enough. Jake, the familiar was already halfway there, Sumi yelled. I was grateful to our private connection at this moment. The ability to ask her questions and get updates without having to actually speak was useful when I was focused on swimming. I felt my hands hit sand and knew I was on the island. Suma, I'm on the island, I announced, and cast a spell that forced all the water away from me so I could run along the sand. I dropped to the ground and bolted for the prize. It was some kind of golden shaft, and there were several of them in a circle. Well, almost a circle. Some of the prizes had already been claimed by the familiars that went before me. I picked one up and called out to Suma. Suma, I have the prize. Great. Head towards the exit as fast as you can. I will, but you need to do the same, I said. What? Why? Just go. I'll explain as you fly, I said, and started running towards the exit. Thanking my lucky stars that the physical enchantment spell Suma taught me was still active, or else I would have dropped from exhaustion by now. Just as I was about to turn to leave the beach and head for the exit, the black serpent slithered up behind me. Riek Isbala's POV. Loyalty was making excellent time in the trial. Perhaps even fast enough to beat the previous record, but that wasn't my goal. I reached out to him for the right of dominance spell, and tried to gauge how tired he was. He seemed to be fine, but I wouldn't be able to push him much further without putting him in danger. I looked through his eyes again to see where he was, and what his situation was like, and saw something quite interesting. The Viking familiar swimming across the water. Strange. I would not have guessed he would have been able to swim, I said to myself. I realized that if loyalty had caught up with him, then that would mean he would have to go much faster or risk failing the trial. He would have most likely pushed himself harder than normal, to his very limits even. What are your limits, Viking? I wondered out loud. Within moments of this, the Viking cast a spell to disperse the water in front of him and ran to the prizes. Loyalty was close, so I ordered him to slow down a bit and save his strength, but even if he did that, he would still arrive at the prizes shortly. Loyalty's hearing isn't great, but his sight is amazing, and with it I saw that the Viking was talking to someone, probably his master. Soon, Loyalty arrived at the prizes, and came face to face with the one called Sentinel. Oh crap, the Viking said. You're pretty big, huh? I couldn't communicate with the Viking, not through Loyalty at least, so I had no way to answer back. Not that I would know what to say to such a statement anyway. Was he trying to talk to me? No, he was talking to my familiar. Sentinel began to back up and slowly make his way around Loyalty, never once taking his eyes off him. It seemed he was afraid of Loyalty. Suma, as soon as you arrive at the exit, summon me. He was talking to his master, planning to get to the exit quickly so as not to fail the trial. Then don't land, just get close to the ground before summoning me. How far will you push yourself, if properly motivated, I wondered, and came up with a plan of my own. Suma's POV. Suma, I have the prize, Jake called out to me. Great, head towards the exit as fast as you can, I told him, still watching the serpent familiar. It was almost at the prizes as well and would be arriving shortly, despite the fact that it had slowed down. I will, but you need to do the same, Jake said. What? Why? Just go, I will explain as you fly. I trusted Jake, and started flying towards the exit area Jake needed to be at. But just as I did, I looked back to him. The black serpent arrived at the area with the prizes, the area where Jake currently was. Nothing had happened yet, but I was still nervous. I knew in my head it wouldn't hurt him. He It was against the rules for familiars to fight while stationed at training camp, but that was of little reassurance to me at the moment. I knew Lorik disliked, even hated Jake, so I feared what might happen. Suma, as soon as you arrive at the exit, summon me, Jake said, sounding quite uneasy. Halfway there, Jake, but I can't land, remember? If I do, then we fail the trial, I told him. Then don't land. Just get close to the ground before summoning me, he said. I don't know if I can, but I'll try, I said uncertain. I flew as fast as I could, even using enchanting magic to increase my speed.